Hello, dear audience. My name is Dina Shigabutdinova. I'm SP English teacher at the Faculty of Foreign Languages. Theme for today is Immortal Tracks. You know that the 21st century outside and it's famous for radio and computers, bicycles and scooters, trains and planes, sockets and rockets, TV and CD, all the things that are used in your family. And how do inventions help us in our life? Inventions help us learn more. Inventions help us live longer and healthier. Inventions help us make our life easier. Inventions help us entertain. Inventions help us take from one place to another. Inventions help us be happier. Inventions help us communicate with one another. Inventions help us explore our universe. And some things that we don't realize but even use it for every day. And one of them is when you wash clothes in it. Washing machine was inherited in 1874. William Blackstone of Indiana built a birthday present for his wife. It was a machine which removed and washed away dirt from clothes. The first washing machines designed for convenient use at home. And on the picture you can see the old way of washing machine. It was made from wood and with some pieces of steel. Another example of washing by machine is the practice of filling. In a filling mill, cloth was beaten with wooden hammers, known as filling stocks or filling hammers. The first English patent under the category of washing machines was issued in 1691. A drawing of an early washing machine appeared in the January 1752 issue of the Gentleman's Magazine, a British publication. Jack Christian's Schaeffer's washing machine design was published in 1767 in Germany. One of the first innovations in washing machine technology was the use of enclosed containers of basin that had grooves, fingers or pedals to help with the scrubbing and rubbing of the clothes. The person using the washer would use a stick to press and rotate the clothes along the textured sides of the basin or container, agitating the clothes to remove dirt and mud. This crude agitator technology was hand-powered but still more effective than actually hand-washing the clothes. So, a second that you using to clean your flat and cabinets is vacuum cleaner. The first vacuum-powered cleaner was invented in 1901 by Hubert Cecil Bose. And it was interesting about the washing cleaner. So the end of the 19th century, we saw the introduction of powered cleaners. Also, early types used some variation of blowing air to clean instead of suction. One appeared in 1898 when John S. Thurman of St. Louis, Missouri, submitted a patent USA number 633-042 for a pneumatic carpet renovator. which blew dust into electricity. Thermal system powered by an internal combustion engine traveled to the customer's residence on a horse-drawn wagon as part of a door-to-door cleaning service. In 1990, first powered vacuum cleaner using suction were invented independently by British engineer Robert Cecil Bruce and American inventor David T. Canning. Bruce also may have coined the word vacuum cleaner, whose horse-drawn combustion engine powered puffing tili may be derived from Thermal's blown air design. Unlike open jet suction, is air pumped through a closed filter and was offered as part of his cleaning services. Kemis was a stationary 2000 lp steam engine powered system with pipes and hoses reaching into all parts of the building. You can communicate with people who are away from you using this thing. It's a very compact, but you carry it in your bag and pocket. It has many functions. It can wake you up in the morning. You can enjoy listening to music with the help of it and even enjoy playing games. So mobile phone was the first invention made in 1973 by Motorola employee Martin Cooper. So a handheld mobile radio telephone service was envisioned in the early stage of radio engineering. In 1917, Finnish inventor Erik Taigastad filed a patent for a pocket-sized folding telephone with a very thin carbon microphone. Other predecessors of cellular phones include analog radio communications from ships and trains. The race to create truly portable telephone devices began after World War II, with developments taking place in many countries. The advances in mobile telephony have been traced in successive generations, starting with the early zeros generation services, such as Bell System Mobile Telephone Service, and its successor, the improved Mobile Telephone Service. These OG systems were not secular, supported few simultaneous calls, and were very expensive. The development of metal oxide semiconductor, known as large-scale integration (LCI) technology, information theory, and secular networking led to the development of affordable mobile communication and devices such as car phone. The first handheld secure mobile phone was demonstrated by John F. Mitchell and Martin Cooper of Motorola in 1973, using a handset weighing 2 kilograms, 4 and 4 LP. The first commercial automated secular network 1G analog was launched in Japan by Nippon Telegraph and Telephone in 1979. This was followed in 1981 by the simultaneous launch of the Nordic mobile telephone system in Denmark, Finland, Norway, and Sweden, and several other countries then followed in the first generation 1G system could support far more simultaneous calls but still used analog secular technology. In 1983, the Dynatek 8006 was the first commercially available handheld mobile. And think that you can cook, defrost, and reheat prepared food in is microwave oven because nowadays it's very popular and widely used. It was invented by Dr. Percy Lincoln Spencer in 1947. It was the first commercial microwave oven hit the market. So you see the picture and then we can observe some microwaves. And in 1947, Russell built the Red Range, the first commercially available microwave oven. It was almost 1.8 meters, 5 ft 11 in tall, weighed for 340 kilograms, or 750 lb, and cost about 5,000 USA dollars and $61,000 in 2021 each. It consumed 3 kilowatts, about 3 times as much as today's microwave ovens. It was water-cooled. The name was the winning entry is an employee contest. An early red range was installed and remains in the galley of the nuclear-powered passenger cargo ship MS Savannah. An early commercial model introduced in 1954 consumed 1.6 kilowatts and sold for 2,000 USA to 3,000 USA. Nowadays, it's 80,000 to 20,000 and $30,000. Ryerson licensed its technology to the Texas Stove Company of Mansfield, Ohio in 1952. Under contrast to Whirlpool, Westinghouse, and other major appliance manufacturers looking to add matching microwave ovens to their conventional oven line. Tupper produced several variations of their built-in model from roughly 1950s to 1960. Due to maintenance, some units were watercolor, inbuilt requirement, and cost $1,295 and $13,000 in 2029, and sales were limited. While uncommon today, combination microwave range were offered by major appliance manufacturers so much of the 1970s as the natural progression of the technology. Both Japan and General Electronic offered units that appealed to the conventional stove top oven range but included microwave capability in the conventional oven cavity. Such ranges were attractive to consumers since both microwave energy and conventional heating elements could be used simultaneously to speed cooking, and there was no loss on countertop space. The proposition was also attractive to manufacturers as the additional components cost could better to absorb compared with the countertop units. The pricing was increasingly more sensitive. By 1972, Lytton as a top division monopolies introduced two new microwave ovens priced at 649 and 399 to tap into the market estimated at 750 millions by 1976. According to Robert Frost Bruder, president of the division, while prices remained high, new features continued to be added to home models. Amana introduced automatic defrost in 1974 on their RR40 model and was the first to offer a microprocessor control digital control panel in 1970s with their LP6 model. 1974 with the range RR4 by the late 1970s, technological advance led to rapidly falling process, often called electronic ovens in the 1960s. The name microwave oven later gained currency and they are now informally called microwaves. The late 1970s saw an explosion of low-cost countertop models from many major manufacturers. So we see the picture and you can see something when you wash dirty dishes in it. And this is a dishwater washer by Josephine Garris Cochran, invented in the first useful dishwasher in 1886 year. So this is how it's primitive from the picture. Nowadays microwave oven and dishwashers are much more interesting for looking. Yes, and here we see many inventors and first robbers which taste till nowadays. The 21st and former 11 greatest inventors, so great money manager, are like rock stars of the financial world. The greatest inventors have all made a fortune of their success, and in many cases, they help millions of others achieve similar returns. These investors differ widely in the strategies and philosophies they apply to their trading. Some came up with new and innovative ways to analyze their investments, while others picked securities almost entirely by instinct. Versus investors don't differ in their ability to consistently beat the market. One of the past century's top contrarians, it is said about John Templeton that he bought low during the Depression, sold high during the Internet boom, and made more than a few good calls in between. Templeton created some of the world's largest and most successful international investment funds. He sold the Templeton Fund in 1992 to the Franklin Group. In 1999, Money magazine called him arguably the greatest global stock picker of the century. As a naturalized British citizen living in Bahamas, Templeton was knighted by Queen Elizabeth II for his many accomplishments. And also we should say about Thomas Howard Price Jr. Thomas Howard Price Jr. is considered to be the father of gross investment spent his formative years struggling with depression, and the lesson he learned was not to stay out of stocks but to embrace them. Price viewed financial markets as cyclical. As a crowd officer, he took to investing in growth companies for the long term, which was virtually unheard of this time. His investment philosophy was that investors had to put more focus on individual stock picking for the long term. Disciplined process consistent and fundamental research became the basis for his successful investing career. Neff joined Wellington Management Co. in 1964 and stayed with the company for more than 30 years, managing three of its funds. He preferred investment tactics involved investing in popular industries through direct paths, and he was considered a value investor as he focused on companies with low PE ratios and strong dividend yields. He ran the Winston Fund for 31 years and ending in 1995. And also we should talk about Alexander Graham Bell, who was an eminent scientist, inventor, engineer, and innovator who is credited with inventing the first practical telephone. His research on hearing and speech led him to experiment with hearing devices, was eventually calculated as Bell using a word was the first USA patent for the telephone in 1876. And also about Bill Gates, who was born on October 23rd in 1956. William Henry Bill Gates. Seth is an American business magnate, philanthropist, and chairman of Microsoft and software company. During his career on Microsoft, Gates held the positions of CEO and chief software architect and remains the largest individual shareholder. Gates is one of the best-known entrepreneurs of the personal computer revolution. And now I'd like to thank you for your attention and wish you